Hello folks, this is Marcus again, and today we are going to create this date picker. Date picker is this component, so here we have this little title, a bigger title, we have this background, we have arrows to navigate, like currently we are in December, so we can step back to November or go ahead to January. We have the days themselves, like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Then we have many rows of days. We have this current day, it's blue. We have the selected day, the day we are going to select right now. And then we have two buttons. Some people, they call these elements links, some people call buttons, but I tend to go with buttons because the background is here. It's just not being seen, but it's still here. So we are going to make this component. And I think that it's important to mention I'm working with material design components. And many time ago, the applications, they were like, for example, in companies that I work at, we used to have two teams for mobile. Like one team was focused on making applications for Android, and the other team was responsible for making applications for iOS. And in these two teams, it was like a squad with developers and designers and POs and whatever, and each one was responsible to assure that those components, they were attending the patterns of the platform. Like, for example, I was responsible for the Android part, the material design, so I needed to assure that the application was attending all the patterns that Android users, they were accustomed to use on daily basis. And the other designer was responsible to do that for iOS, making making sure that the components, they were attending iOS patterns. And sometimes some applications, they are hybrid, and I'm trying to say with this that people, they try to use general components, standards, and sometimes it's like a mix between these two universes, like Android and iOS. But here it's important to mention, for while I'm doing these things, I'm basing my components on the Google Material Design that normally it runs inside of Android mobile phones. Okay, so we are going to do that. So let me show you real quickly the path we are about to follow. Talking about atoms, we have this overlay, we have shadow, we have this, let me show the UI here in Figma, and let me, where is this? Inside of that, okay. I don't need to have this here, so I have this shadow, I have this shape, this element, this rectangle, then one more rectangle, I have some texts over here, then I have some ellipses, some arrows, some little text, and more little text. As normally I like to present, I like to have things this way. I always like to think in atoms, and I believe that things, they can be better understood, better explained as well. So let's go with atoms. All the little elements, they are separated. Then we got molecules. I joined it here, like three atoms, like shadow, this white background, and this rectangle over here. So I have here three atoms making one molecule. Then I have this atom separated. I joined it to atoms, label. I have a molecule right now. I joined it three elements over here, three atoms, and I have a molecule. like back, next, previous, next, and text. I joined two here too. Joined the main of them and one separated here. Then I have this organism, like I joined it, grouped more things here and here too. You know, they are looking like a ready thing, but not yet. But see, almost done. And then we got this template. I like to explain when I can that templates, they are different of pages. If we compare them, I talk about these all the time. So the templates, we have generic text, and here in pages we have the real text. Cool. So we got all we need, and we have some states over here. For example, we have active, the text, the day that is possible to select. We have the current. Current is not really a state, but I'm gonna go this way just to make that sure, to make it easy to explain. And then we have the selected. When the user selected this day, like, oh, today it's day whatever, and now I want to select this day. And it's important to mention too that date pickers, they are, for example, if I'm using my mobile phone and I am about to install some application, and then I want to, for example, inform my my age, like I'm 42 years old, and I want to tell that to the application. Or for example, I'm scheduling something. For example, I need to go to the doctor, and I will set the day that I want my appointment to be the day that I'm going to the doctor. So I can use some date picker like this, like tapping in the application and then deciding, oh, I want to go this day. In the Christmas day, I think that doctors, they don't work these days, at least not all of them, but some of them, like some emergency, they might work, period. Okay, let's start doing that. I will try to be a little faster because I'm quite sure that you know, if you follow my tutorials, you know what I'm doing. We are here, the 19th tutorial, date picker. In the last tutorial, we did these tables. We did a lot of good work. The tutorial was about 2 hours, perhaps a little less, perhaps a little more, but it is what it is. And before we did sliders, and to demonstrate how to build up sliders, we did this cool interface with some interactions like, oh, I click here, I drag and drop to step back my music and my song and so on. Before we did contact chips, it was many months ago. Then I did some break, and then I came back to this side project, and we did this one, and now it's time to do this one here. Okay, so let's get started. I don't know if you know, but we can increase and decrease the width of this bar. This one here is not possible, but whatever. Just some dummy information. Okay, so let's do this overlay at first. Press R for rectangle, draw it, whatever size. Now let me check the size over here, 320,568. So 320,568, something like this. The color is gonna be black, total black. But then we have the opacity. Let me see how much I use it here. It is pass through. You type 56 like this. I'm using the H pixel grid. We can have some page like this, like we did in the last tutorial. That might be a good idea to press A or F to frame, draw a frame like this. Call this frame atoms. Good. Let's pick up some mids, maybe mids, great, like this. Now I'm gonna place this shape over here. I'm gonna align by center. And I told in the last tutorial, like I'm using not a regular shape, I'm using a frame. A frame is like a page, so we can align things better, like just clicking here, you know, or here, or here, or here, or here. You have a lot of flexibility to align things, but I will place like here. And it's important to name as overlay. Cool. So we got the first part. Second part, we have two atoms over here. So we are going to do this shape 272 by 404. So let's do that. R for rectangle, draw it, color total white. Cool. 272. I don't remember anymore, but we can check. 272 404. Cool, 404. So we got this. The name we are going to call background. Cool. So we have two of them. We can use auto layout like we saw in the last tutorial. Select this one, come here, and then press auto layout, call elements. I'm not going to explain in details because I explained it in the last tutorial, and I recommend you to go there and to see what we did, just in case you didn't see the tutorial yet. 8 pixels grid is always important to me. Something like this, cool. Now we are going to duplicate. So these atoms, they can be like some reference to the developers, and then if they, for example, they want to see like, oh, how can I build up this date picker, this component, they can see all those little elements separated, and they can see every detail. It's going to be useful in some cases, and depends on the team, because many teams, they don't need to see that. Many developers that I worked with, they just like to see things like this, so they can inspect. Because in Figma we have this section, we have design, we have prototype. I didn't show you yet, but I will do that in the future. And then we have this inspect panel. The developers, they can click here, for instance, and they can see all the details like typography. They can see the CSS. They can even come here, just copy and paste and use in the places they need to use. It's really easier. We can talk about this in details in the future, but not now. Okay. So cool. Just for a matter of documentation, we are going to make this shadow separated like this. So we got this drop shadow 2 here. It should be 24 to have this 8 pixels grid, and 16. Okay, 2, 24, 16. I'm gonna apply it here. Effects. Open here this settings 2, 24, and 16. Just for a matter of illusion, just to document, like I said before, I'm gonna, let me see, hide. But when I hide this color, I hide as well the shadow. This is a problem. I could try something like this, but I'm gonna hide as well. What we can do here in this case, let me see, 1%. If I have a color like 1%, 1% is nothing, right? It's nothing. It's impossible to see. But I can document. I can show here, because to be honest, we will apply in this shape, but I want to document just to have this idea of atomic design, right? Cool. So we got 3, and then we need to do this shape. It's gonna be 27284. So we can duplicate this one, selecting Ctrl D. The width is pretty okay, but the height I need to change 84. So let's go with 84. Color is gonna be blue, and we use this blue all the time. I don't know why, but I started like this. I'm gonna go with this to the end. Okay, we have a lot of elements, and working with auto layout is good for this reason. You know, I don't need to align things all the time. I just align once, and then I can increase, diminish. All of them will be changed, and I have more control. Like I can align it by the center if I want, by the bottom. I have many possibilities, and I can do that, you know, as much as I want. So cool. Now let's go with this text, but I'm gonna go change this auto layout much probably because I want to place these little elements, you know, because you watched my previous tutorial. It's gonna be hard to align all these elements inside of this auto layout. It's possible, but yeah, you know, it's easy to remove. Just click here. We don't have more auto layout. We have these, it's a frame now. We can ungroup, like selecting, right button, ungroup, and then things are just separated. Cool. Let's have these texts. For title, Roboto 24 medium. Title, so Roboto 24 medium, not black, not bold, just medium. Pretty cool. I can duplicate, like Ctrl C, Ctrl V, move around. I'm gonna apply, I might apply or not auto layout here. You know, now you know how to work with this. This label, let's see. Roboto medium 12 blue, all caps. I demonstrated in the last tutorial how to make all caps. We just select the text we want to have this all caps. We come here in case, so we have this uppercase. Then we change 12 medium blue, maybe centered, I think so, or not, I don't remember, but whatever. We got this label. Then we have these little texts over here. 1, 2, 3, 7 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, just for a matter of understanding. Cool. It's gonna be, let me see, Roboto 10 uppercase, I think so. Yeah, so I can duplicate this one. It's already uppercase. I change the color to black. Then let me see, I forgot. Roboto medium 10. Cool. Roboto medium 10. Cool. I'm gonna have just T, and then I can duplicate, right? Select both of them, apply auto layout. I'm gonna call something like days, not days, but weekdays, something like this. I don't know if weekdays is together or separated, but we can verify that later, not important. Now I'm gonna duplicate sometimes, like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 weekdays. We can increase the distance, like 32, 8 pixels grid, something like this. Cool. Then we have this one here. This one here is regular 14 and regular 12. Cool. Roboto text, the same one we got here. No, really, whatever. 14, 12, regular. 14 and this one here is a little grayish too, something like this. Yeah, and 12. I can just apply auto layout without name. I can go without name sometimes, you know. It's not a big deal because we can name things after. Yeah, it's possible to do that. We can even, like, you know, have just this part for texts, and we can call all the things here like texts, titles, label, weekdays, whatever, because we can change that later, like I told you before. Okay, now we just need to have this ellipse, this circle. It's gonna be 32 by 32, easy to do. Press O, 32 by 32, blue. I'm gonna call backgrounds. Okay. Then I come back to select this move tool. I press V. Like I go to other tool, like I press O, C for oval or ellipse, depends on the program. And then when I want to step back, I press V to this move tool. Cool. We could have some white text as well, because we need to have a white text to go here inside. It's the same, exactly the same one, but it's white. Yes, like this one here, we could have someone like white, you know, just to, for a matter of having things a little better. I'm in the wrong place. I'm doing a messy. I should do that here. Cool. And now I have to draw these arrows. It's pretty easy to, let me see its size. 8 by 8. We don't need to draw because we have arrows in other tutorials. Let's see. Here, let's use this one here. I call this back button. We can copy from here. We can come here and paste. Just like this. And then we diminish a little. Whoops, I copied the wrong thing. Ugh. Was not my intention, but we can do that again. Let's see, not here. Slider, no. Table, confirmation dialog, no. Chips, no. Checkbox, card. We can even use a component because we did components some time ago, actually some tutorials ago, but I don't remember if we did components for this matter. I don't think so. We should, but we didn't. Checkbox, no. Cards, button, no. But we will do and componentize this. Any problem. So date picker, we do exactly the same, and then we do components with that. Let's see. 8 by 8. Press P for pen. Click here. Press and hold Shift to have things more or less like this. Cool. Then we let's see, 12 by 12. No, it's off. 8 by 8. Now it has to be something like this. 8 by 5. Yes, something like this. The stroke, I need to increase this a little, like 2 is gonna be okay. If 2 is too much, we can change. I don't think so. Let's see here. It's 1.5. Many people, they don't like to play with broken numbers. Let's go with round. See, it's like round, it's better sometimes. I like this. And we can open it here and change to round here too. See what happens, all round. Really beautiful, right? And I'm not enjoying that much. I'm gonna go with one. Too thin, but the other one is too bold. Yeah, I'm confused. Let's go this way for a while. So we got this one. Let's make a component with this because now we know how to do that. Press R. Then we draw something like this, 8 by 8. We call this background. Then we change its color, like some color with a lot of contrast. We place our icon here. Press Ctrl Ctrl X. X is in Portuguese. Then we can convert like in shape, like outline stroke. It's not a line anymore, it's a shape. So now we can diminish like this. Something like this. We need to have some space, like 12. Let's see, I'm gonna change its color, another color not so with a lot of contrast. 2 by 2, yes, 2 by 2, it's okay. And then I'm gonna select both of them. I'm gonna group. I'm gonna have the right name here, like icon. Here I'm gonna call icon back. Icon back. Icon next. And then I'm gonna duplicate this one, press Shift V, actually Shift H to invert. Now we got this back one here, and icon we are going to call icon back. So we got this icon next and icon back, but the size is not the right one. Now we constrain it, we can go like 8. So both of them, they are 8 by 8. Now they are similar. We can scale like 16. Gonna work too. Yeah, then we see. Now it's important to make components. I'm gonna select this background. I'm gonna type 0 here, so I don't see the background, but make sure we have this group. We have icon and background, so it's important to select the background. And now I'm gonna make a component. Just click here. So we got this component and we got this component too. I'm gonna select both of them. I'm gonna cut. I have this page only for components. See, we have icons over here. I showed you before in some tutorials. We used these. I showed you many tutorials ago, like when I explained how to do buttons, when I explained how to do cards, templates, checkboxes too, chips. You know, it's not a totally new thing. If you don't remember that, I recommend you to step back and to go to see my other tutorials. So we have these two little icons over here, right? And we are going to use them, of course. Cool, now we step back to date picker and then we come here, assets. There are many ways to insert components we did in our designs. So see here, we got icons, right? We just open it here and we have two icons. We have this back and this next. Actually, I could call this preview, something like this, but you got the point. You can change it. And like I explained before, I'm using here the instances, not the real component masters. I'm not going to explain that in details again because I talked a lot about that before in the previous tutorial, and it's enough. Enough is enough. Cool. So we have these two here, and we are all done to proceed with our let me step back here. Let me close it here. Let me step back here. Cool. And we are all done to proceed with our tutorial. I'm gonna call this auto layout elements, something like this, and then I can go like 8 pixels grid, increasing this, something like this, and now I have all those things over here. I can group them or make some auto layout with them. I can call again elements, yeah, whatever. And then I'm gonna bring all those things we did, all those atoms we did to here. So see, it's beautiful, well organized. We did well together. Cool. I'm proud of you, really. I'm proud of you because if you are watching my tutorials and trying to make things better and learn and so, I really appreciate your effort to be a better designer. Okay, this one, it's gonna be molecules. Let's molecules. I'm not totally sure about its name. I think yes, molecules. I never stopped to think about this before, but now I just thought, is that correct? Molecules. I think yes, but let me check here. My mobile phone. Molecules. Let's see. Yes, totally right. I don't know the reason that I am here, like, oh, I'm wrong or right, whatever. So we got these molecules, and now it's time to group things. See, in this case, we don't need to have one shape for shadow and another shape for the background itself. We can apply the shadow here. But see, I come here, I go right click, I have this copy and paste, I go copy properties, I click here and I paste the properties. See? Now they are exactly the same. I delete this one, and then this 1% I will increase to 100%. So I join it this way. At least conceptually, I joined two atoms. Okay, now I will take this shape here. I will place it here. Pretty cool. 1, 2. Yes, now it's time to. I will remove the auto layout. Then I will press Ctrl Shift G, and then yes, I have more auto layouts. So I will select this one, remove auto layout, Ctrl Shift G, select this one, remove auto layout, right button if you want, ungroup is the same. You can go ungroup, like here, and group again. That works too. Let me see. No, it's okay. Yes, pretty cool. Cool. Now I'm gonna have two labels, so because I will have two buttons, so two like this, right? Label like here, and then I'm gonna group 3 atoms, like I group it 2 here, I group it 3 here, I'm gonna group 2 here and 3 here. Icon text. It's gonna be easier. Let's see. Okay, I have icon. I have this icon too, and I have these texts, I think so. And I'm gonna to have auto layout here to align, to use the spacing. It's gonna be so better, so much better. So select all of them and then press Shift A. And now we need to increase. Let me see here how much I use it. This one here is 12. Let me see here. Oh, 14. I'm gonna remove and I'm gonna place this here. Yeah, a little darker like this. Yes. And let me see the spacing. It's auto, but like 100, something like this. Then we can adjust better. And 16, I'm gonna diminish to 8. Let's see. No, not at all. Yes, I'm gonna let this way. I can like I can change the colors in the instance like this. Maybe I'm gonna have less contrast. 32. Then I increase a little. Let me see which more that I have here. I'm gonna group these two. I can use auto layout here without providing a name, just to organize things. Okay, make auto layout here to see a lot of messy, but it's important to name things. But for a while, not important, because I just want to scale things like I showed you before. With auto layout, we can do things like this. And so let me see which more. Text and texts. It's time to join 2 of them, something like this. Shift A and align by left and top. Then I'm going to move to position inside of my auto layout. See, I have these 2 elements combined, they are a auto layout. These 3 elements combined, they are a auto layout. And these 2 elements combined, they are an auto layout. I'm sorry, I said a auto layout, an auto layout. I'm sorry about that, using the wrong article. Okay, cool. And okay, yes, we are doing well. And here, let me position things. Let me group again, auto layout, place inside of this here. Sometimes just moving things here, it's impossible to fit, so we can cut, Ctrl X, we select and we paste, and things they work properly. Here, same thing, Ctrl X, V, just to align. Okay, if you wanna name things here, you can. Now from this moment, if you want to remove the auto layouts, you press Ctrl Shift G. You know, you do that twice and you have all the elements separated, but they are organized, aligned, and so cool. So we got the molecules. Now it's time to select here, press and hold Alt, move down, position it here. You can press and hold Shift as well, so things will be perfectly aligned, because Shift will just, you can move horizontally or vertically, not other ways. Organisms, pretty cool. Now it's time to join more things. Let's see, I have this background and background. I'm gonna rename this for header, for example, just to make things different. I'm gonna select this one, press and hold Shift, select this one, and then I can position like this. And I can align perfectly. Let's see, proportionally 24 by 24. Then let's see. (82 by 82), perfect. So I have this organism. Now I can start like moving things around. I'm gonna apply auto layout here again. Just select what you want. Press Shift A. Shift A. It's pretty easy. Now just move things around. This element's gonna be here. This one's gonna be here. I'm gonna have an organism for this because see, I'm joining many molecules. Let's copy this one, right? Let's change the color over here. Select both of them, auto layout, select just one, this one here, clicking it twice. Control D to duplicate, 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 duplicate. See, it's pretty similar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Yes, I don't need this one here. 1, 7, 14, 21, 28. Yeah, perfect. And here, maybe something like this. Let me go this way. Yeah. Then I'm positioning things more or less the way they can look like organisms. Something like this. Cool. So I got my organisms. It's important to name things right here. Organisms. Cool. Now it's time to templates. We are almost there. I'm just speeding up the making of this tutorial because I did a lot of tutorials, like you can see here, 19. So you are expert right now, I think so. So let's place it here. Color, it's gonna be white. Let's see, 16. The spacing, the padding. And between the two of them, we see here 8, and I use it auto layout, so it's okay. We see here 14, no, 8. Then let's measure 16 top and bottom. Now left, cool. Then I click and I drag and drop like this. Then I go like I change to fixed over here, minus 16, and then I have the perfect spacing around, like the padding. Margin is outside. For example, if I select this element and I measure out, I have margin. If I select this blue element and I measure inside this spacing here, inside it's padding. So outside margin, inside padding. Cool, we got this one. Then it's important to have this one here too. Let's place it here. It's gonna be 16 by 16 too. Cool. We are using auto layout. We can diminish like this. Auto layout is cool. It's just the better way to do things. Sometimes things, they won't be so perfectly aligned, like here. See, we got this 16 by 15, not well aligned. Let's see this side here. It's okay here, but isn't okay there. That might be for different reasons, but that can happen. In this case, we could increase or decrease some elements here and there. For example, hug. We could go trying to do some hack. For example, the typography. we could diminish like 11. Let's see what happens. Now we got even more, and not solve the case too. It's more complicated. So let's step back with the typography. Align by the center. Let's see the space we got here. See, 23. The problem is here, 23. That should be 24, for example. Maybe. I don't know. Not yet. Let's see. Yeah, 16. And then we open it here and we decide to go like space between, because now we don't have more that problem. See, oops. Now we can go like few container, right? No, really. Let's try to change to hug. Yes, hug. We got a problem here, but we are going to solve this. Select here. It's not fixed. Up, left and right. Let's see. Left and right. Not fixed. Hug contents. And no. Hug. Not what I intended. I don't want this. I'm gonna solve this, of course. Let's see now. Fill. This should be something like this. We have a little work here. Let's see. Not hug content. That should be fixed. Like here and here. I will press Ctrl Z. I want to solve a problem and I found more problems. But that happens. That's important to have these moments too, because we can learn with them and we can fix things. See. Center. Let's see. This box is too small. Fixed size, I don't think so. Not the case. Here. Auto width. Yes, auto width. But we see. Auto width. That changed it. No, 16 by 16. Auto width, and here. Not packet, space between. Let's see now. Yes, I was looking for that. So now we got 16 by 16. Here it's important to be auto width, right? Select here and then not packet, but space between. Just change it. And now your text can be whatever size. Cool. And much probably 24 here. Let's see. I'm gonna see there 16, I think so. Just looking at, yes, 16. Now we got this ton of numbers. Let's see what happens. Yeah, we had something a little gray. This text here, I think so, but we can deal with that. Let's place this here. 16, almost there. 16 by 16. 24. 16, I think so. No. 24. Yeah. So this first line, 24. And here we got this white text. I'm gonna go with black for now, and have like, we are talking about templates, right? It's time for templates. And okay, D for day, right? So I want to have a lot of D, 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 D. I want all of those D's being a little gray, something like this. Yeah, and then black, 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 black. Medium, okay. Here we can go like whatever number, you know, just to demonstrate. We got numbers here, but see what's happening. Yes, problems, always problems. Here it's important to, let's see, to have the same approach we had there, like not packet but space between, and the texts, yes, they are out width. So when we type something, see, it will be adjusted. I don't know if that's gonna work properly, but we are gonna see in a few minutes. It's okay. Okay, here too. And packet space between. Okay. So let's see. Sometimes we have to do things so we can see the results. See, they are not aligned properly. So it's better, considering, for example, that we are gonna have two numbers in some cases. We need to plan that before we create the component itself. So let's plan, for example, we can have, I don't know, 31, right? 31, it has 12 for width. So maybe we should consider fixed 12 for all of them, right? Because even if we have just one number, but 12 is going to be the right one. Fixed 12 centered. So I can try select all of them. Let's see what happens. So we got this here, here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To speed up the process. Fixed 12. Cool. And I'm gonna make the same thing here. 1. I press and hold Shift and Control. Then I go like this, selecting one by one by one by one. And I change hug to fixed width 12. And now they should have the same alignment. They don't have, but it should auto. Let me see. 2, 4, 1, and here we got 2, 3, 9, 2, 4, 1. Oh, now they are perfect. So I'm gonna duplicate 2, 3, 4, 7, and I'm gonna delete the rest. Auto layout, they are pretty cool, and yes, this is the way to work with them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why 6? 1, 2, yes, first column. I need to have some space over here. I'm gonna increase the spacing actually. 12, let's have 24, I think so. Yeah, much better, easy to select things and so. So we have all the numbers. We need to have one number here, blue, like, let's say today. Today is the current day, it's gonna be blue. And we need to accommodate this background over here to have some white one. So I'm gonna move it here I'm gonna move like this using my arrows, my keyboards. Then after that, I'm gonna select this. Let me align better. This is my way of working with this. I'm gonna select those numbers, cut, paste. Now we have this possibility. It's in the background and I change its color. Cool. And now when I want to select something that is in the background, I can go right click, select layer, background. I can change for ellipse, and I can move like this and this, for example. Pretty cool. Okay, and now it's important to name things properly. So here, because it's a template, so we have this header, for example. This header background, like I can call this way. For example, I don't have time, I'm doing the tutorial, and you can name things better than me. Okay, so here we have, I can call this, for example, pagination. Pagination. Yes, that's right. So we have this pagination. We have this weekdays separate. I don't remember weekdays. I think so. And here we have. We can call just days. I think to be more generic. Days. Here. Days 2. Days. Days one more time, and days again. A lot of days. Okay, and now we got these labels, right? 24 the distance. Here 16 by 16 should be well aligned. We see why 15. Fix that. Yes, 16. Yeah, some things. Sometimes things change, and we need to go there and to adapt. 42. Oh man. Let's go with 24. And maybe a little more space over here. By 24 here. I can diminish here a little. 1, 2. Not here, but here. 1, 2. And then I select all of them like this. I press and hold shift and click here to unselect, and then we need to adapt like 83 by 83, 24 by 24. It's not a big deal. Some people, they don't like oh, it's a broken number. 83 is not perfect, but you know how to fix that, so go ahead. And here, but let me say it's not a really big deal. It's important to keep the consistency, but sometimes that happens and it's not a big deal, not a big problem really. So let's go selecting the ellipse and moving down. Okay, so now we have our template, and it's time to the page. And to make this page, I would like to invite you to go to some previous tutorial where this thing makes sense. It doesn't have to make sense. We just need to have some background like this. I'm gonna copy this page over here. I'm gonna go to date picker again. I'm gonna paste inside of this page. It's a page, not a template anymore. Page or pages, but it's just one page, but whatever, you got my point. Let's place it here. It's too big, but it's not a problem, we can adapt. So let's think like this. We don't have this line, we can do like this, we can do like that, but at the end of the day, the most important thing is to have this sort of mockup to demonstrate to the developers, like, oh, see this, when the user will open the date picker, the expectation is to have the date picker working like this. This is the most important thing we should concentrate. So let's select all of these elements, let's place them here into this page. Now we can align things better like this, but the label, yeah, we can do some auto layout here too. Shift A, I can call, I don't know, body or elements or main, you decide. I'm gonna call body just to show you that it's possible to work this way. So it's important to increase its size a little, click twice, do this too. You can even increase, like I want something darker, like it's important trying to keep the 8 pixels grid. And now let's organize this better. I will group all of them because it's not grouped. It's gonna be a little messy to move things around. So I'm gonna select this background, press and hold shift, select this, shift, press it yet, select this. Now group all of them. I'm missing this one here. So select the ellipse, this background, all these elements, this blue one, this text over here, Ctrl G. So now we got this, we can call, for example, window, and here we got this overlay in the background, and here we got the window. Yes, pretty cool, because now we can move things around like this, and we can center like this and center like this. Pretty cool. Then we can select this screen because it's a frame. It's a little different working with frame. I think that you got the point. We need to click twice to select one element. Yeah, and we select here and move things around. It's gonna be like this. Cool. So we got this page. Let's fill with real information, real data. So we got 2022, we got this Wednesday, December 15th, year December 20. Actually, let me show you. Yes, from this point we could have a component if we want. Yes, it's possible. We just need to select it here, all elements, right? And then we create, open here, create component, overlay, header, pagination, frame, elements, buttons. It's important to name things properly before we go making components. Okay, cool. Now we just click here. I don't want to create multiple components. I just want to create one unique component. I click here and I will name it here like template, for instance, date picker. So every time that we need to use a date picker for whatever reason, from here to the future, see templates here, we can place here new templates. I will open space, whoops, like this. I will click twice here, whoops, let's lock it, click twice here, select here, increase its size, and I'm gonna place this template over here. So we have template for walkthrough. I did a tutorial about this before, and now we have this template. Template is like this full thing, you know. It's not a single component. It's a template. It's like a entire element. This is cool, but then there are many ways to organize this. The important thing is to have in a place well organized, so we can go there and to pick up the things that we want to use. So let me come back here, date picker. Now I can type here, for example, date picker. I don't need to start looking for you know, like crazy. I can just type it here. I don't need to open every section. If I know the name, I just type. And here, I'm gonna use the template. I'm gonna delete here. I'm gonna delete here. Let's see if the template works. Date. Cool. Just align. Then it's necessary sometimes to do some adjustments. So I have to. I got a problem here. See, it's distortion. It was not intended to start like this. So let's go to the master components. Click in here. And let's see what we can do to improve this. I think that I know a easy way to fix this. I'm gonna lock it, this thing here. And then I'm gonna select all the elements without the background here. So I'm gonna group. Then I'm gonna call window, and I want to have some constraints. For example, here, see, it's important to constrain things. Left and right, let's see, top and bottom. Now when I scale, some parts not the way I expected that to go, but I can constrain even more, like center. Let's see what happens now. Yeah, you know, I did the component, I tested the component didn't work, and I went to the master and I adapted, and now all the instances, because we got instance here and instance here, all of them will be affected. So if I move things here, see, they are just the way that I want. So I can like do this, and I can like do that, and things are well done. And now it's just time to fill up with real information like we were doing before. And wet December 15th, 2022, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And then we got no numbers here. We can select and press the space bar, you know, just to not to erase, but to because we don't want to have the number over here. We will have the component. It's perfectly done. If we need to have some number here, we can type again. This is the way to work with components. So now let's go fill up all of them. 2, 3, 4. I think that we'll pause the video and then I will step back when it's over. Just a minute. You will not realize that. So I filled all the days that I told you I was going to do. And then now it's time just to cancel. See, it's not working right. We got a problem here. It's time to step back to the main component. We know how to do that. And we need to work in some constraints. See, let me select it here. Then the position, it should be like this, I think so. Let's see. Now it's okay. Yeah, from right to left. I just selected here my auto layout and I selected this part over here. That could be these two. The importance is to be the right one. Top right, just right, or bottom right. Now we have this shortcut to return to the instance we were before. So we got cancel here, and we need to I need to step back there again and to add it one more time, the master component. No, it's okay. Label, cancel, and okay here. That's it. Yes, we did. So the states active are the days. Then we got the current, it's blue, not black. Where is the current? Let's suppose that the current is this one here. We just select and we change the color here, as easy as that. So we have the active, we have the current day, and we have the selected day. That's it. So this tutorial is over. I really hope that you appreciated it. That was a pleasure to make this tutorial. I'm sorry for taking too long to making tutorials, but this year 2023 I'm trying to make more tutorials, to be more consistent, to have them more frequently, because they are important to me and I expect they are important for you too. So that was a pleasure. I hope to see you in the future. Bye.